Why?
Jack, just put that one in. About that time, innit?
That's why he's here. You know, he's like, I think Jack walked in on me still prepping earlier, and he was like, I got a lot to do. Hi! Welcome back to Dragonborn Industries. I'm Ian, the Dragonborn Bard, and I'll be your games master for this Starfinder campaign here across the Dragonborn Industries channels. And I'm joined, as always, by my friends. How is everyone?
Yes. Grand.
Spiffing grand.
Top notch.
Top notch. That's all I heard.
Vino.
What was that, pasta?
I bought 4 different packets and I was like, why have you got so much pasta? They're all different.
From the heritage.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the pastas are just bigger and smaller versions of each other.
Oh, don't. Shots fired.
Oh. I mean, isn't a cannelloni just a big pen?
I thought we were going to have friends.
You don't have friends.
No, I don't.
You're here out of pity. Anyway.
You're our diversity hire.
Yeah, pretty much, because it's Cornwall and we haven't got any other diversity. It's a real shame.
Do you remember when World War Z was down here?
Yes.
Yeah, and they were like, can we have people of ethnic minorities? And I mean, like, we're not high ethnic at the moment.
It's a very white-dominated area.
Yeah.
Back then, like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when they were asking, it's like, oh yeah, I remember seeing some guy on the street like 3 weeks ago, and you like have all 5 people in Cornwall.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a guy from Liscard.
Yeah.
Because that literally was it, wasn't it? If that was the casting call, it was like people of ethnicity from Cornwall, and it was just like, you're not going to find any.
Yeah, you're going to have like 6 people, and you're going to have to keep them running around to just fill up the shops.
I know.
A different hat.
Yeah, it was pretty bad actually. But
Feast of the Tamer.
yeah.
Best they got.
I think that's changed a lot with the university now.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
got
younger
better.
demographic. It has got better. It's
Yeah.
good. It's really, really good. But we best jump into some standard advertising issue, and I'm going to jump across to Steph if you want to take it away.
Yeah. Everyone needs a D12 for this one today, please.
Oh, wonderful D12.
Wonderful D12. So I went to an art exhibition today, which was really cool. It was really fun. It was like about engineering and creativity and like.
Is it down Truth?
It was down Truth. It was. But it was really cool, and it was like they had like automaton stuff and little mechanical things you could play with it. I had a great time. But I was really inspired by this one particular exhibit of an old man with a Daily Mail in his pocket, and you whisper to him.
We've just been talking about that.
You whisper to him, you need for advice, and he would spit out a piece of advice for you. And so I thought, who better to come in and give some advice than DCI Dad Poach?
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Dad advice.
Yep. Dad Poach, my boy Gene, he's been telling me about all you lot out here. So I thought I'd come here and give you some advice. So, how about we go up to the table and you give me one of your problems or something you'd like advice on, roll a D12, and we'll see what advice you get.
Do you know what D12 is, Dad?
Nope. I don't care to. In my day, all dice had 6 sides and we were fucking pleased about it. So, who'd like to go first and want some advice from DCI Dad Poach?
Do we get to choose what the advice is?
No, you just roll and
Okay,
Choose the question and that's it.
I'll roll.
yeah.
That's a 1.
Okay, what advice would you? What can I help you with, Sonny Jim?
That was my question. I don't know.
Well, let me tell you, son. We used to drink out of the hose. It's amazing any of us survived, and you think you've got problems. Who's next? Good advice, that.
Do you want an admission?
Go on.
Drank from the hose tap the other day.
Good on you, boy.
I'll take it. Go on.
Go on. What can I help you with, Sonny Jim?
If I do get sick drinking from the hose, what should I do?
Okay, roll it.
Isn't you leaving?
Trust the banks.
Which is horrific advice.
Oh no.
All right, who's next? Who wants advice from DCI Dad Poach? What can I help you with, lass?
Oh, can I know the best pasta shape?
Go on.
For my next creamy pasta dish.
All of them.
It's 8.
Rent is just pissing in the wind. Just get on the property ladder already.
I'm trying! There's not enough pasta!
I can't wait to see how this ties into Warrior Priesthood.
Come on,
How do I explain to my dog what I do? I have to leave the house for work.
roll it.
9.
Amazing. Find a woman you can stand and pop a kid in her as soon as you can.
Jesus.
She'll grow to love her eventually.
Oh, Dad!
That's a real one I found on the internet.
I'm not sure.
Pop a kid in her.
Pop a kid in her
Go
as
on,
soon
you
as you
big boy.
can, and
Your
you'll learn
turn.
to love her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I have advice on how best to live life?
Yeah, go on.
10.
10. You're not depressed. You just need to smile more.
Oh, we've all got those parents in some way.
But really, best advice I could give you. I've got 6 more in there, plus a secret one that I thought was probably too bad to put in there. Which says something. Best piece of advice I can give you. Really, what you want to do in any situation is go to www.warriorprince3d.etsy.com. Your one-stop shop for all cosplay items, miniatures, terrain, and more. And use the permanent exclusive code to the stars to get 10% off. Because then you can afford to put down a deposit on a house. Obviously.
It's all the avocado and toast this
It's the spavocado on toast. That was one of my pieces of advice, actually. But yeah, greatest piece of advice, head on over to Warrior Prince 3D, use that permanent code and get yourself some nice lovelies to go in that house that you'll never be able to afford. Thanks for having me.
Sorry for fucking it up.
Sorry, Alex.
I never know what's going to happen there. And every time it's just something wild, isn't it?
I have some great pieces of advice on here as
What
well.
are some of the other ones? Or are they like now hidden behind Dad Poacher's paywall?
Well, do you want them for the end of stream, or there's one that we have to keep for the behind the paywall for
Okay,
sure.
so let's. Shall we save that for the drift debrief?
Let's do that for the
I'm going
drift
to write that as a
debrief.
note.
Yeah.
Drift debrief.
DCI Dad Poach.
DCI Dad Poach. For those of you who don't know what the drift debrief is, we have just opened up YouTube Members. So YouTube Members is a place where people can grab some extra content. All of this podcast stuff, all of this YouTube stuff is all still coming to you as normal. You don't have to pay for anything like that. But if you want a little extra content and you want to see us do a post-show talk about things that happened during the episode and little extra things like that, where we may be a little bit even more risky than we were before, then that's going to go into YouTube Members. So please, if you are interested, go along, check out the tiers. We've got 2 separate tiers. One is like an appreciation tier, where it's just like you get the emojis, you get the badges. The other one gives you access, though, to things like the extra content. There'll be shorts, there'll be posts, there will also be extra videos and content along the way. But while we talk about YouTube, I'm going to throw over to James, who's going to talk about
Twitch. So a little way that you can help us grow as a channel and show that you're there is by using your Amazon Prime Twitch subscription. So once every month you get a free subscription as long as you're paying for Amazon Prime. You just need to link your Twitch and your Prime account together, and then every month just drop by our channel and just subscribe with Twitch. And it's just a little way of showing us that you love us. And then while you're following us, also head over to YouTube.
And there you hit subscribe on YouTube, and also if you want to join members, join members. You can also head over to Roll and Play Press, where you can use affiliate code Dragonborn10 to get 10% off your toolkits used to save space and time behind your GM screens and for your games at home. I'm going to throw it back across to Steph, who's going to talk about Lightwell on Friday and also the other podcast we have.
Yeah, so we are going to be at Happy Piranha this coming Friday, which is the 7th of March, for our live show, Lightwell Live, where we play in D&D 2024. All previous episodes, apart from episode 2, which is the lost episode, is up on Spotify under Lightwell Live, and we are also we're not that. We are also back. Sorry, DCI Dad Poach slipped out there. We are back on Thursday.
That was fine until we all laughed at it.
For Blood Punk.
Yes, we are indeed. Thursday, Blood Punk, usual time.
7 p.m.
Be there or be square, as
Yeah.
I always say.
As Jack famously says all the time.
All there is in the world. Also, head on over to www.com/Dragonborn Industries. Head over to our website at dragonbornindustries.com where you can get things like this Stanley Cup or some Dragonborn Industries hoodies or even a new t-shirt designed by Steph herself, focused on TJ's famous advice.
2 in the morning, 3 in the evening.
That t-shirt is now live on the website for you all to grab. We couldn't resist. Steph did the design the other day, and it was like
Fingering us.
I knew that. I just wanted to say.
oh, it's a vibe tonight. So please head on over to dragonbornindustries.com. Please check out, because that's Steph's own design as well. So that's on a t-shirt, and it could be all yours. You could be rocking that solid advice around your partner or potential partners, letting them know what they're in store for.
Who doesn't want this on
Pop
their
a kid
tits?
in him.
But first, 2 in the morning. Oh God!
2 kids in the morning.
We're just gonna do the opening credits.
There's Glumpia.
The crew, after having made contact with Kaz's former crew and Strick's companions, had a long and meaningful conversation. Both Felina and Barag, who both seemed to believe that Kaz was dead and long gone, and they had buried him back at the base of their tower, Keydell, on Verces here in the Pact Worlds, have to come to terms with the fact that something's not right here. Last we left off, they were leaving and going back to their own ship, and our crew were deciding their next steps. And I'm going to hand straight over to you guys tonight as you probably sit around in Orion's Hope on the outskirts of Absalom Station. What would you like to do?
How long has it been since the fight?
Probably a good few hours, like 2 or 3 hours. I will let you mark a short rest, but you can also then just wait and take a long rest
Okay.
soon, to be
I'll
honest.
rest.
You're wet.
Oh, well, hopefully we will get some information from my old crew when they go back to Keydell. That is, if they're willing to help us.
I think they might be Kaz.
Well, I sure
I
hope so.
think someone's very keen to help you.
Stop it.
No.
Look, I'm sure Felina and Rag will be on our side, but
Yes.
I don't know about Zek and Zara.
Well, I think that if she didn't tell them that
True.
they'd received that message, it's probably a good sign that
Yeah.
she strikes me as a very capable young lady.
Oh, no, absolutely, without a doubt. Yes. Far more
Just
capable
as
than
you. No, don't sell yourself short, young man. Come on now.
that. I'm not selling myself
We'll have none of
short,
this.
It's just better than me.
Ha! So you're not selling yourself short. But we'll get you there, Kaz. Don't worry.
all right.
We'll get you there. But anyway, meantime, Gaelix is soup. So
Yeah.
do we want to wait for him for a while, or?
Well, we're already here on Absalom Station. We may as well deal with anything we need to do here. I mean, Bruce, I know that Floor 194 is still a looming presence.
Everybody's just gonna be like, yeah,
And at some point, we're going to have to face it head on.
yeah.
So maybe we face it head on.
Sure.
Mind
Yeah,
if I
okay.
ask what floor 184 is?
A hellscape. No, it's that. Well, yes,
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 but
but
Death and mystery and death.
There's a mysterious force on that floor that we don't know the full extent of.
Ooh, Sounds fun.
Oh yes, it really is.
And what do we know about this floor?
Well,
As far as we're concerned, nobody knows anything that's not even on record. It's just, I only know about it because I survived floor 184.
Survived.
Yeah, so I used to be stationed as security on floor 184, and the last I was there, I lost good friends, very good friends, in the most bloody, gruesome way. And there's somebody still out there who knows all about floor 184 other than myself, and that guy is Decorative Pry. And I think we need to kill him.
My condolences for your former friends.
So you know, Alex, what was his surname?
Mallard.
Alex Mallard. Her sister died, but her sister was also a very good friend of mine.
I see.
Hence the eye to eye.
She did seem rather attached to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
really attached.
I think if we're gonna go to floor 184, I think she probably should come with us.
Should she now?
Mm.
Well, Bruce.
What's gotten into the both of you?
I'm a chicken. She's a Lashanta, doesn't
Are you looking for a mum for Wiley?
I mean,
Is
if you're offering Pez, you
son?
Is bringing her along advisable on the basis of being related?
I think she wants questions answered more than anything.
Okay.
And I think she's not going to get closure until she sees what is there.
And the memories won't distract you?
Well, that remains to be seen. Depends on you guys. If you're strong enough to face it with me, I'm sure I'm strong enough to face it with you.
Aww.
And you said you were security, as in preventing things to get in or things to get out?
So, there is some sort of entity, let's say, for lack of a better description, because nobody knows what it is. This thing was contained, as far as I know, on floor 184. And then something went wrong. And teams were sent in, like my associate, Mallard's sister, and they didn't survive. And what it is manipulated them into killing themselves in the most gruesome way. And that's all I can tell you. But whatever's on floor 184 is dangerous, and if Dynatech have it, then there's no reason they won't use it against us.
Speaking of which, and your ship chimes up.
Hi, Geeky.
Hello. I have been working round the clock now for many weeks trying to gain access to blueprints of the building, and it has provided me with nothing. However, there are a few options. I appear to be able to make contact with other servitors within the building and have been trying to slowly integrate myself into their minds to be able to map it for you. I have got patches that I've been able to get into, but if I am to do floor 184, I have to send my consciousness into one there, but I will be able to control the servitor and walk around and get the map for you. With that, there are several different things we can do. You could either link up to Pez's screens and you can see what I see, and I will try and transmit it back to the ship. If I can get in, I should be able to get the signal out. I seem to have found a small hole within there, the darkness around that floor. But it does mean me consciously being there and not here with you.
Can you get out anytime?
I believe so. It's just a case of sending back my consciousness.
And hoping it's not affected by. Or are you safe?
I don't know. I know that I was from that floor, or I have worked on that floor before, but my own memory of it is hazy. Whether that is because I didn't remember my time when I was just a servitor, but I appear to have regained some form of sentient or faculty of my own conscious mind. And that's what, I guess, had me go away from it.
I should probably tell you guys the nature of this thing. It gets into the mind. It's like a parasite. It subsumes, takes control, and that's how a lot of people died that day. So whatever we find in there ain't gonna be pretty.
Yeah, well, we've had that glimpse, haven't we, of the brains.
Does it get in physically or magically?
Unknown.
Okay.
I was on the other side of the wall when it went down. That's the only reason I was able to escape.
We do also know that there is an orb there on that floor.
Yeah.
Obviously, Roy's going to want to get at that. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, still unsure. We know that they said that there is a way in by turning off certain parameters in a corridor, I believe it was, or a stairwell, just outside of floor 184. Rena was talking about employing us to actually do that. I mean, I know we're keeping it at arm's length, but is it worth maybe reaching out again and seeing if she...
You willing to help?
Yeah. Maybe see if we can get more of a vibe off her.
I don't see why not.
So we've got someone literally on the inside.
Exactly.
It might help. And we've just still got the magic key card.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, she gave it us back, didn't she?
No. From my cheeks.
Okay.
No. Save it for later. Delicious.
What should we say about Geeky? Geeky can get in. We can't promise about coming out. What say ye?
If this Geeky is able to connect to Pez's screens, that does seem like an advantageous way for us to see a better way of the layout and what's there.
Indeed. If Geeky's happy with that.
I am fine with it. It's... My time awake was spent with fractured memories of that floor. I know there is something bad there, something that I am sure the company would be using against the known universe if it got out. I feel like that's why I awoke, or if that's why I found myself somehow outside of that floor, and knowing that that key card I made would gain access back through the... I'm going to get you an actual door. It is the service stairwell 3. There is a door there, a lot like the security checkpoint Alpha, which you would have been stationed at, Roos. This one also was sealed, but only electronically. So when the power went down, it should remain locked. But my original design was to feed it some power to get back in there. That's what my initial goal was. Obviously, some time has passed since then, and a different sense of being has been found with you all. But I would be happy to do this for you.
If it could get you some answers as well, Geeky, in the process, you know, we haven't forgotten the strife that you've been through, and part of having you as part of our crew is, you know, in the aims that we could give you that closure that you need to.
Thank you. It is something I should be able to do. My neural network is still mapped with the cortexes of the servitors. I just need to patch in and hit send.
Where can you patch in from? Right here? Or-
Yes. You have a transponder on the ship, I can send from there.
Well, let's get a lovely cup of tea and enjoy
Wonderful.
this wonderful live stream from Ship AI Geeky.
I think we should take a bit of a rest.
I need to make some preparations if that's the case.
Sure.
Make sure that Geeky can upload without any hassle, interference, tracing it back to us, or putting something back onto Geeky as a return to sender.
That's a good shout, Pez.
Is there any preparations we can do to perhaps fortify us in our minds?
Mentally.
Mental.
Sudoku.
I've got a lot of this tinfoil. We can make some fetching hats.
Wonderful.
I don't know of anything that could help us in that way, really.
Other than physical armour, but we don't know if that's how it gets in.
It certainly doesn't sound.
What we should do is insult each other, so that whatever comes our way, nothing will be worse than having your friends say shit to you.
I don't think it'll be words we're going to worry about here, to be honest.
Damn,
More us killing each other is probably.
that would be bad.
Yes.
Oops.
Oh.
If we're going to floor 184, I'm just going to take out some life insurance.
For the child.
Think
If you don't mind me coming along with you, I've got a little bit of time to kill.
we'd
but-
love to have you kill things with us, Sil,
Especially time.
because you seem to be very adept at it.
This will be dangerous.
I know, but unknown mysteries, dark things hiding on Absalom Station, it's rather exciting and
Well,
rather fun.
No doubt that it is probably your expertise, but just thought I'd warn you that although it might sound exciting and bountiful information, it will be very dangerous. But I'm sure that just makes it more adventurous for you, doesn't it?
Are you worried about me?
I'm just.
Little old me.
Lady Silk doing some fucked up shit on that floor. You're gonna love it.
I'm sure I will. I might find some very interesting stuff in Dynatech that'll vault by the sounds of it, if I'm to understand what this is.
Yes.
And you know Rena Constantine.
Yes, we do.
to a certain extent.
Yes.
You guys are certainly full of surprises.
Yup. Yes, we are.
I suppose that would make getting into Dynatech somewhat easier if you have somebody who's inviting you in.
Hopefully, Rena can perhaps make the area near 484 a little bit barren of guards for a little while, or something to get us in.
Ease the entry. Lube it up, so to speak.
I was hoping you
Four
were gonna go
fingers.
there. And there he was. Yeah, I think we should send a message to them.
What should we say? Oh, because we've got the encrypted. We've got our personal.
We have a line of communication.
You up?
Yeah.
No.
Yo.
Scratch that. No,
You
start that
up?
again. How about dearest Rena Constantine?
It's been 4 years since your last letter. The kids are doing well. This war is terribly worrisome.
Yesterday, the Colonel gave us chocolate. Our dear Rena, we are contemplating,
Investigating.
184.
184.
You still interested in that?
Are you willing to help?
Could you find mutual ground?
Sure. Is this a mutually beneficial thing for you? Text back. XOXO.
So what are the questions?
So, dear Rena Constantine, this is the crew of the Orion's Hope.
Got it.
We are contemplating investigating floor 184.
Still interested?
Still interested? Is this mutually beneficial? Can you assist with us in this endeavour. XOXO. Gossip Girl. I'm trying a new sign off.
Nice.
It wouldn't take long, because you're only probably in, mid to late evening at this point. And the message comes back fairly quickly. It just says, didn't take long to hear from you all. There has certainly been some interesting developments in the past 48 hours since our last meeting. Yes, still interested. You should come to the tower.
Oh.
You will be safe. Okay.
Okay.
Very cryptic.
Yeah, I'll reply. Time? Question mark.
And what entrance?
Yeah.
Like
There's Time. Front door?
When best suits you, and the front door will be fine.
Cool. I'm assuming this is Stokey Towers.
Nope.
No? Oh, no, the tower.
Dynatech
That tower.
Towers.
So too many towers.
Yeah.
Front door. Okay.
It's all towers.
It's all towers.
Like Stokey Towers, Dynatech Tower, Keydale's a fucking tower.
It's towers, man.
Jesus.
It's all about the towers. Yeah.
Limited space to build.
Cool beans. Should we ask for you?
Just let me know when you're coming. I will meet you there.
Wicked.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning?
Have a rest.
This text thread is like...
Oh, she's writing.
Oh, she stopped. Oh, it's back again.
Just leaves you on 3 dots.
Tomorrow, we're good for tomorrow morning? Bright and early?
Yeah.
Sounds delightful.
Shall I give Mallory a call?
Yes.
If you want to, yes.
want her to come.
Yep. And I'll tell Rena that's when we'll be there.
I'm sure Poach will probably
Oh, Poach comes as well. He's handy.
He has hands.
I mean, I'm sure he wants to know what's going on.
Probably.
I mean, if you contact Alex, it's...
I think more numbers we have, the better.
Yes.
As fodder?
Yeah, that's where my mind was going.
I'm inclined to agree, but yes, more bodies could mean more issues.
Speaking of issues, Wiley.
I think he can stay on the ship this time.
Maybe
with all the metal.
Hey, Dave.
Dave is going to look after him, right?
See this now tracked, and like you made the body shorter, didn't you? So it's more like
R2D2.
Yeah, so it's because it was kind of R2D2 size before, so now it's like a snubby R2D2 with these like Wall-E style tracks that can still like walk. Its eyes are still at the top, but like the bin lid's been welded down now as it no longer needs to be a protein recycler. The back of it's still got this communicator, which is now half of its brain, which has been like synthesized into the internal bits, which is the synthetic robot organism. Hi guys!
Hi Dave!
Hi, I'm still here! Hi!
You look great, Dave.
Living's great!
Isn't it?
It's so good! I've got real emotions now!
How do you feel?
Cold.
Oh, do you want a blanket?
No, internally cold.
Oh, I don't know how to do about that, I'm afraid.
How about a bit of babysitting?
What do you want me to sit on?
Oh God,
this is not a good idea. I'm already
This is fantastic.
I'm just leading into Cass and I'm like, is that a protein recycler?
It was.
This is Dave.
I initially made some adjustments myself just to improve.
Hey Tom.
And now Pez has
I like that
improved
name.
even more.
Tomothy.
Tomothy. There we go. That's one done.
Thanks, Harry.
That's,
Parry the platypus.
I should probably tell Wiley.
Yeah.
Hey, Wiley. Wiley?
You're probably finding he's like underneath the table, like ripping out part of the components.
You don't say that to your dad.
It's just maintenance, eh? Listen, kid. I'm concerned for your safety. I think you should stay on the ship tomorrow, and I think Dave can look after you.
Points at Dave, the protein recycler, synthetic robotic organism.
Yeah, I think You'll be safe with Dave. Dave will be safe with you. If you promise
Dave
not
is
to
not going to be
dismantle
safe
him,
with him.
promise not to dismantle him, and I'll let you fire the cannons when we get back.
Oh, hang on a minute.
When we're in
Give me a
space.
diplomacy check.
Against the goblin, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, James. 15.
Yeah.
Cool.
His red eyes just widen as he looks up towards the
When
hatch.
we get into the deep void of space and there's nobody around.
And there's just this like toothy grin, with, like drool slobbering off it.
Cool, I think he's good. Safe.
Do you want to leave a list of rules about, not taking the ship apart? And
That is not going to do anything. For
no,
this.
it's not.
Okay.
Is it?
Make a playpen.
I think-
an octagon.
Because you've already said about Dave, there's an entire console at the front of the ship.
Wiley, whilst we're gone,
Can we just take him back to the orphanage?
pet.
For daycare, he can play with his friends.
That's not a bad idea.
Should we hire an
nanny?
actual babysitter?
So,
On
don't
an
upload
Epsilon
Dave.
tape.
I'm going to look on the
ship
infosphere for a nanny.
Or daycare.
that is willing to work remotely.
Yeah.
Remotely.
Oh my god!
Remotely, a remote nanny.
So Dave with an
Or
upgrade.
a Zoom call. Hey, can you not do that?
Soft parenting.
Put it down.
No, open the laptop up again.
No, control delete. Control delete.
Somebody give me a D8.
6.
Cool, give me a D20.
13.
There. There is a nanny bot called Gelaton.
Perfect.
In the shape of a Vesk.
There's Skeleton here now.
No, but you can find them on the infosphere, and it's like the advert will say something like "new nanny bot looking for employ, has worked with," and it's got like a list of races and species.
We'll work with
Perfect.
goblins.
It just has a list of. It doesn't say will or won't work. It just has a list of things they've worked with in the past, or so it wouldn't even be what they work with. It's like trained to work with,
Okay.
and
Have uploaded the files for this species.
basically that. And yeah,
Amazing. How much of the
it would
Galgadot
be
services?
around 5 credits per day.
Are you willing to foot that? If you're a
Yeah.
father now, you've got to consider the cost of childcare.
We put an advert
This is a
out,
choice
and
that
it's
you
like, Mrs.
made.
Doubtfire.
I got
am
17
Job.
credits. Yeah, so
You got the money.
3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
3 days of childcare.
Okay.
Is that all of your cash going on child court?
You have 15 credits left.
17.
I still got some change.
Yeah.
Two for wine.
Day and a half.
Pocket money.
Oh, if you have Wiley 2 credits, I will take it.
Yeah, I'd like to order the services of
Gelatron.
Gelatron.
Do you just have them meet you out at the ship? Do you go and find them?
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure, I'll bring them in. Show them around.
You find this. Oh my god, here we go. They are a.
Unit.
Let's do this together. Jack,
Yeah.
how is the unit built? Are they like a humanoid? Are they
Decent battle
a.
droid.
Yeah, what's their unit size and shape?
Big old biddy.
I think they're humanoid, but like quite bulky.
Yeah.
Bulked out. Wait, it looks like armor plates, but it's not.
Kind of like IG-11, but like
Quite
on steroids.
menacing, but with a name like Gelatron.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy with that. Like
Yeah.
bulky sort of frame.
So we see this like repurposed cargo lifter, and where the cargo holder for a person would be has been changed out to be a bassinet. But obviously different species have different sized children, so it's massive. And its whole chest cavity is this like roll cage with a bassinet essentially into it, made of those kind of cushioned sci-fi style things that you see like in Alien and stuff like that. What is their head unit like? If they've got and it's separate to the actual original design of this cargo lifter, this has been put on and houses all of their CPU.
it's called Gelatron. I think it's like an ex-military robot. It's like quite a relatively old model robot. Probably been seen in some wars, got a few little scars and cuts to it. But there's like the CPU upgrade, and it's only just about fitting in. Like,
is it like a big square, bulky head, or is it? What's it look like?
Oh. Yeah, I'd say it has like a military-style buzz cut in metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like covering the CPU excess that's been like stuffed into it, and it's got like little straps holding down this buzz cut.
Okay, Alex, the actual central eye, which has got this one singular screen and also lens, what does it look like?
Like a Cylon. Just like that's it.
Okay, how does it move about? It's obviously got these very strong arms and chest piece, but is it now, is its bottom half a walker, or is it now like a hover? Is it like crab legs? Is it, what's the bottom half of this Gelatron look like?
I think it's full Dalek down below. Like, just like every time it moves, the whole body moves with it. And it does. You can't really see what it's moving on. It's got like that kind of like pool noodle round the edge kind of thing. But yeah, it's full Dalek.
Oh, a stare.
Yeah.
Defeated.
Okay, so we need one more attribute for you. What is its secondary personality trait? So it's got this very much like, I am Gelatron, I look after your child, please insert credits. But it's got a secondary personality flaw or a trait that gives it this kind of like personality on top of that. What is it?
Oh, it's very like artsy, gentle parent, like, we don't do schools. We learn from nature. Like it's not what you learn. It's about what you experience in the universe and in the drift.
Okay, so Bruce goes and meets Gelatron and brings them onto the ship. And coming into the cargo bay is this 9-foot tall, essentially rollerbot. It's like you're not sure if it's hovering, if it's on wheels, but the bottom half is an essentially cargo dolly that has then had a cargo lifter put on top of it and welded to it. And you can see they're two very separate entities. It's got these massive like forklift arms, but then in its like blade hands, it's got extra cushions like pool noodles that have been put onto it. It's then got this bassinet in the centre and this roll cage, and then it has this buzz cut style helm on top of it which houses its CPU, and this single red beam fitted in. I am Gelatron, I am your nanny, where is the child?
Right this way. Would you like to follow me?
Affirmative.
None with play.
Wiley.
Like see him like up at the top of the cargo, be like, what's going on?
This is your new nanny.
Hello, child. Come down here. Let me show you some love.
You can go play with Nanny because Daddy's paying 5 credits a day. You can do whatever you want. I'm sure Gelatron will manage.
Gelatron will be fine.
Perfect, guys, right? Perfect.
Can we lay down some rules, Gelatron?
Please.
Don't let Wiley mess with any of the engineering or computers within this ship.
Or the armory.
What if they are trying to explore and that is a new learning experience for them?
No.
It is important that this ship stays intact.
And in terms of discipline, I can't really go past talking to them. I believe in gentle parenting.
That's entirely up to you, Bruce, how you wanted to go with that.
Okay.
Gentle is fine. Just stay with him at all times.
I will, affirmative, I will be sure to stay with the child at all times.
Hey, Wiley, now you think about that cannon, and you behave. And I'll be back in 3 days. Maybe less.
Looks up. I will wait here. I assume there is sustenance for the child. If not, I can produce.
That'd be great.
Ow!
So can Dave.
Oh no!
So there's a fully stocked fridge and kitchen.
This is Dave, by the way. He also lives here.
Hello, Dave. You're beautiful.
TJ's like, yes, I knew it, I knew it.
Just turns the lights down for them.
I'm sure,
David
I
has
don't
been
have any
shot.
more questions. Okay.
I'm sure there's some on-station entertainment to take the child to.
Yeah.
Play.
I mean, if you know of any facilities, that'd be great. You have my.
Screen.
There is a lovely walk in the eye that is on grass and out in the open. I can take them there and watch nature on the station.
Cool.
Sure.
Now, while it likes to
Nature.
dismantle things, if he can dismantle something safely not on the ship, are you able to provide that experience for him?
I have many learning tools at my aid, along with educational tools and toys.
I think he'd be very happy with you.
I guarantee you satisfaction.
What?
You hear that, Dave?
Thanks, John.
What do you think about that, Wiley?
Come on!
Tom John.
What am I doing with my life?
We Tom John.
It might be worth downloading the Goblin language subroute.
I speak 7 forms of goblin.
So it's 7.
Yes.
That
So
I
many
am aware
dialects.
of.
My God.
What did Wiley say?
Right.
He was quite excited to dismantle things. He likes to fix them, he calls it. But I know that in Goblin to be dismantle and or destroy and or fix and or build and or, and they just start going on to like
Holy shit.
one word for like
Yeah.
basically
All right.
working with tech.
Wiley, you're a good kid. You behave. Dad will be back in a couple of days, maybe less. And then
I think we're having a sleep first.
Yeah.
Daddy's gonna be staying with you tonight.
Oh, fuck.
Why are we up here?
Why not?
This is peak.
And if you want more content like this,
This isn't even extra content.
Space
Just wanna
data.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Speaker.
Kind of think about keeping Galatron after we come back. What do you think on the ship?
It's your 5 credits a day, dude.
I mean, hopefully I'll come into some money soon, but I don't mind buying her services. His service, their service.
Let's see how they get on first.
Thank you for not assuming.
Right.
Am I able to call my own spaceship?
Yeah, you
over
can ring the bubble quite easily.
Okay.
I don't think you can remote pilot yours because you
Yeah.
don't have that feat, but you can get these guys to bring you to it and
Can
yeah.
you drop me off at my own spaceship?
Sure.
Wouldn't mind sleeping
Are
there
we
tonight.
all staying here tonight?
I need to do some shopping,
Okay.
upgrades to bear, and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we-
Stay here. Me.
You don't want to go back to Sid?
I'm not going back there first. I might go speak to Rokai, but
Okay, that's cool. Well,
I'll probably be back. I don't know.
well, I might, go see Linda and we'll reconvene here in the morning.
I'll speak to Mallard, and are we all on board for Gene Poach?
Yeah.
Is he the one that was at the bar?
Yeah.
Mustache
In the
guy.
spread.
If we're contacting Mallard, it's quite likely Poach is going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
It's sort of a package deal.
But at the same time,
Poachage deal.
he's not that harmful, is he?
I don't know. Something
Bit of a
about
prick,
that
but,
guy.
you know.
We're gonna need muscle in that guy.
Has none.
Thank you.
You did say about having bodies, so.
Yeah.
I've got their menus right there.
The Expendables.
Can I give a message to Mallard?
Yeah, of course you can.
Just say we're gonna infiltrate floor 184. Is that the best way, guys? Infiltrate floor 184. I think you want some questions answered as much as I would like you to join, if you don't mind facing a bit of trauma about the death of your sister.
Fucking laying it out.
Jesus Christ.
That's got to be a roll.
She always said you were a straight shooter.
Fucking hell. Fuck's sake, what did you break?
Did Shinaru?
If I said I wasn't worried, I'd be lying. My past year or two has been leading me to this moment. only if you're sure, and if we're not going to get in your way. It depends if you are clearing it or if you're going to try and deal with whatever's there. We can be there, or we can come in after. What do you? I will do
both.
I'll do whatever you need us to do.
A bit of both. Sounds good. I don't know what to expect, but I don't imagine it'll be easy. But I think you would like to be there. I'd like to be there. And we can do this for
Low tap.
like low 10.
When and where are you going in?
Tomorrow morning, front door, Dynatech Industries.
Oh, okay. Just
Is that right?
Yeah.
straight up into the building.
Yeah.
It's quite brazen.
And I'm gonna emoji.
Okay. I'll let Jean know.
I'm not great at this planning,
great.
but I think if you meet us there, we'll be there.
We got to weigh in. We'll ring
Okay,
it.
so now what you want to do is send her a gif of a cat on a skateboard. Do that.
I don't like peer pressure.
Just do it. Trust me, bro.
Okay.
There you go.
Question mark comes back.
You've got it in the bag, dude. She's there. She's on the hook. Now you leave it for 2 days, and then in 2 days' time, you just send you up.
Yeah.
That's bad advice. Don't take it.
You know, we are seeing them tomorrow morning. That's a bit more than 2 days.
Yeah, but messaging different. This is a game of flirtation and seduction, dear lady.
If everyone is still alive.
We're thinking positively.
Okay.
All right.
Which
So
end
you're
then?
all right, Chipper Kathy.
Shopping
Just
wise,
realistic.
what are you after?
I am just after interception is Mark 1 full bear.
Cool. What level's that?
3.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely fine. Things like that, if you've got the credits to buy them,
Yeah.
feel free. Obviously, shopping-wise, if you guys have got credits and you want to spend them, now's the time. We don't need to go around and RP every single shop. You can just go into your character sheets and buy things. I think we've done enough wild RP for them. I'm not going to go through each shop. You find a vending machine, doesn't have an AI. It's really boring.
It does now.
Oh, crap, you got the thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Everything is AI.
You literally picked it up, didn't you? Like every computer you space with gains a personality.
Yeah.
So that everyone. Oh God.
Everything I can, I have to put. I've got like my custom rig.
Yeah.
Anything I plug it into can make like a fake shell.
You're a disease.
Oh my.
So I could go up to a vending machine, put my custom rig in. People could type the number and it just takes their money.
Oh my god, Google, calm down.
Has anyone got high arcana? Or not arcana, mysticism.
Yes.
I need a.
See,
I need to. Yeah, I need help putting a Magitech augmentation on bear.
I think it's the first time we've covered this mechanic, actually, which is in the mechanic class.
Yeah.
Obviously, upgrading your
Drone.
drone. Yeah. So is it they need to offer their aid action, or they need to make the check? What is this?
Let's have a goose because it's just closed. So with things like augmentations, I can add a system to bear my drone, which is arms, brain, ears, eyes, hands, legs, or throat.
Knees and throat.
If it is level 4 or if it's 4 levels lower than my my level, I have to use engineering for cybernetic augmentations or mysticism for magitech augmentations.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's self-built, I can take an hour to do so, but I have to be able to acquire it by paying for it, which I can.
Yeah, so you pay for the goods, and then you have to make a goods magitech item, an arcana check.
Yes.
To which end then? What's the DC? Because it doesn't actually mention the DC there.
It doesn't say one. I don't know if it's equal to the level.
Because that's something.
Doesn't say. Must be free then.
No.
there's no label on this one.
That must be free.
What's for free?
What's it called again?
Your drone can improve one cybernetic or magical mutation.
While the fact checkers fact check, why don't you head on over to our wonderful sponsor, Warrior Prince 3D, www.warriorprince3d.etsy.com, and use our permanent exclusive code to the stars for 10% off. He's got it.
There's no check. It's just if I want to do it without paying extra money to install it.
There you go. That's fine. Twitch end. Just at this point, I think your Arcana is over plus 10, isn't it? Your Mr.
15.
Yeah. You know what? Just
That's
pay
fine.
the price of it, do the upgrade. I'm
Cool.
absolutely fine with that.
That's
This is
fine.
your like literal AI drone. It's fine.
That's cool.
That's part of your class abilities. I think if you have to make a check for your class fucking features, that's weird.
Yeah.
So let's do that. And with that, you begin applying that update to Bear. Anything else throughout the night?
I will go and see Rokai.
Okay.
Usual spot.
It's still in the early hours of night, and you probably actually find him just as he's closing up. Ah, Kaz,
Rokai,
glad to see you alive. How did it go?
yeah, I think we need to have a bit of a chat. If you don't mind.
Were they already here?
Yes. I know I haven't replied to you since you made me aware at a very unfortunate moment that they had possibly were already here when it was too late. But yeah, let's go inside. Let's make sure we're away from prying eyes and ears.
And he takes you inside, and
Throats.
Episode title.
knees and throw. The workshop here smells of oils and different alloys. It's got that metallic smell in the air, but also the smell of this tea-like drink that you know that Rokai drinks. And they pour you a glass, and the desk is still an absolute mess, but you can see that there are different weapons being worked on, different items and technology, and they sit in there like hover chair. So what happened?
Well, we had a bit of a tussle because they were not sure whether it was me or not. Because you remember I told you obviously about the ship, previous ship that blew up, and where
yeah.
you found me, obviously. They did not have that experience, except they were the ones that survived and they thought I died. And they were brought a body, it seems, that looks exactly like me, and they buried it. So that's why I've not received any communications from them this entire time. Very intriguing. Someone's clearly trying to hide something or test, as they always do. Look, Rokai, I've got to admit, I'm a little concerned about you.
In what way?
You were the only one to find me at that debris.
Yes.
Is there anything you haven't told me?
No. Everything is as I said. I was, by chance, I came out of the drift, and there was the debris. And I came in, the only life sign was yours. And the odds of finding, well, one, coming out of the drift where I did, and then finding other Strix. Yeah, the chances are low, but
Very low.
there is also such thing as coincidence.
It's hard to believe in coincidence where we come from.
True.
Can I do an insight check to see if he...
Oh, you could have such motive, chat.
Fuck
Actually,
me!
Well, technically.
demoted.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck. 13.
13, you say? They seem very genuine. And nothing strikes you as out of the ordinary. There's no sweat on the brow. There's no change in mannerisms. They sit across from you like they have done every single time you've had a conversation with them. I don't know if there's more to it than coincidence. And you're right. Yeah, in our world, coincidence is a fine thing. But especially for us to both not only be strict, but to come from the program. But I promise you I didn't know anything about it.
Why did you come out of the drift at that point?
A feeling.
A feeling.
Yep. Hard as it is to explain, I had been scavenging for a while, collecting parts and searching for debris and wreckage. Things that I could use to augment, to build, to bring back here and work. And I just don't know what it was. My hand was ready to engage the thrusters, and instead of moving them, I had this feeling to power down and activate the drift engine. When I did, I happened across your vessel.
That makes it a lot more difficult to think of that as coincidence, Rokai.
It does, but it doesn't feel like I was influenced. I don't feel like I lost control. I remember the feeling of it being this feeling that felt strange, but I just knew that if I went with it, it was going to be okay. I've never felt like that before.
Okay.
Never felt like that again. I get a small hint of it whenever I see you, but whether that's a memory or something else, but...
Okay. I'll take your word for it for now. There's not really much else to go on.
No, it's not a lot. What did, apart from obviously having a tussle with them, what's to happen now?
Well, we seem to be amicable. We've, at least I think we've managed to prove to them that I am who I am, that I am real, I am alive. But they seem hopefully willing to help us out with regards to Dynatech and stuff that's going on at Keydale. We'll see what bounties come of that. It was good to reunite with them. It was good, but bittersweet.
What, had they changed much? Are they still the same people you remember? Can you trust them?
They're pretty much the same. A lot more powerful than I last knew them, that's for sure. But then again, it's been some time. They've been taken off their main mission that we were engaged in.
Why?
No idea why. They're currently searching planets for different animals and monsters to take back to experiment on.
Intriguing. Why would Keydale pull out of Aposte? Why would they come away from infiltrating the Drought? That was the whole point of the program. That was the whole point, to have agents at a moment's notice to fight the Drought. It's been Keydale's biggest threat since, even before the Gap, we think.
Something's clearly changed. Maybe there's some sort of alliance, or they've already dealt with the apostate somehow.
Well, I think we'd hear if the drow certainly dropped off the map.
True.
No.
But they may be... maybe the Strix are somehow involved in their government somehow. And they're not that worried to have their top agents at a moment's notice hanging around. I'm not sure what the actual motivation is, but something to try and discover, which I hope they will try and find some information on when they get back.
Strange though, isn't it, that they're pulled from their missions and to go finding beasts and monsters. Then you could hire bounty hunters and many mercenaries to do, many Starfinders to do that for you. But also the timing of Dr. Grimm, this entity also showing up here. It has to be all connected in some way, Kaz.
I think cinematically you probably see like a flash in sort of Kaz's eyes as he sort of thinks about something. What if they're clones? What if they're not just one team anymore?
It would fit with what you said previously about Dr. Grimm, about having different agents in different places and being able to...
Because what if they still have the original team back at Apostate, clone another team, go somewhere else, do something else? They don't need to hire Starfinders.
And if the abilities check out and work via cloning,
Exactly.
and you can put the same people on the same mission again and
It
again.
would make sense. I don't know how far advanced this whole cloning thing's got, but I know it works.
And if you could, if those transponders work and you can transfer data consciousness, which is what we know Dr. Grimm's whole field of scientific research was, that is a very useful group of agents to have, multiple of.
Yeah. It's a worrying thought. It's a possibility.
I suppose at which point would they then become different people? At what point of divergence would they then have their own personalities? Would events and things that happen to them, or would they be able to share consciousness? Or it brings a lot of questions, but
I'd say at the point of creation, they're immediately different. They see different things, hear different things. Everything from there on is individual to them. Again, we don't know the extent of this cloning process.
no, but we do know somebody who probably does.
Which hopefully we'll have some information on.
I would like to know more, if you do hear anything.
Same from you.
I think, for me, the idea that there were Strix coming made me want to keep a low profile. I don't want to get dragged back into anything. I don't want to go back to Keydale, and I don't want to...
I haven't mentioned you yet. Have I? I haven't.
You could
Who are you talking to?
It's my... someone upstairs, you know?
Right.
2 in the morning.
3 in the evening.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
I appreciate not saying anything about me. But surely they asked you what you've been up to, what...
I said I was picked up after the crash. I didn't say who by. I said I was saved by someone and taken to the station. Nothing more. I was keeping a low profile. I'm sure as you know me by now, low profile is not how things seem to be going.
Apparently not.
And tomorrow will be no different.
Why tomorrow?
Well, we hope to enter Dynatech Industries Tower.
I was about to say like he's drinking some Space Mountain Dew, and I remembered a quote that we had a while ago.
Yeah.
Space Dew. And I was literally about to go, Space Dew. Sorry.
What?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Dynatech Tower. We were going to go basically through the front door, and
What?
yeah,
Why?
well, there's something on a certain floor that we need to go look at.
Surely
Very dangerous.
they are not your allies. Surely not.
We have an inn, and who promises that we will be safe, and they have no reason to lie to us at the moment.
I mean, I don't think you're that dumb. But
There's a weird mutual ground that we have in a minute.
may I ask who?
Your mum.
TJ not helping.
TJ is canonically Kaz's internal monologue.
Your Kaz's Riz.
Constantine.
Rena.
Yes.
Wow. It's a big name.
Yep.
Quite short, really. Sorry.
I was going to do the same, and then that's a judgment.
As long as you think you're safe.
Well, that's all. Yeah. We're never safe.
That's a very smart answer. Suppose the only thing I've left to really ask is where are your previous team now?
Go back to Kita.
They're here for a couple of days.
Yeah.
They're here for a couple of days. And then back to Kita.
Versatile.
Well, I will
My
make
sources tell me.
Used to do.
I'll make sure to keep a low profile and
Yeah. I'll let you be. Got some rest to catch up on. I think as he sort of walks out the door, I think he just peeks over his shoulder and, how did you miss that ship?
miss that ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It escaped your...
No. It was so nondescript that I think I just overlooked it. I think it was a common mistake. I think that it flew under the radar, and it was only when I was looking for other possible ships from Verces that I'd seen this particular one that just flagged up, and I missed it.
Fair enough. Talk to you later, Roka.
Look after yourself.
He's cut off.
Yeah.
Sorry, go through static. Turn off.
Going through a funnel.
Out the door.
I'll go back to the ship and
Yeah.
take a nice rest.
So,
If I
resting, building, and fixing. What does the bubble look like?
can. Bubbly.
Oh.
Oh, bubble.
I imagine it is actually relatively like both pointy and round ship simultaneously. So it's
Good old pointy round.
the pointy round.
Some kind of pointy round ship, sir.
What do you call pointy round in nature?
It's a boob. It's round with a pointy
It's
bit.
just a big boob in space.
Oh, baby.
So
Tit on that.
it's quite a small ship. I imagine it's more
Just a
as a
neat
stealth,
handful.
a stealth
Perky.
frigate.
The Slave 1 is a round pointy.
I'm sorry, what?
So Townsend actually doesn't know that. So the Fire Spray 3-1, which is actually called, Boba Fett's one is called Slave 1. And they changed it recently on the toys and stuff because they were like, maybe we can't use that name anymore.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the name of Boba Fett's ship.
Yeah, it's pointy round.
It is round with pointiness.
Pointy round.
This is going to like
Don't
ruin
type.
my search
No,
history
so
if I
if you
do.
put Slave 1 in, it will come up as Boba Fett's ship.
Big naturals.
Not Slaver one.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Slave manager.
Not quite.
When it lands, it's kind of
We are dancing with death tonight.
Let's have him explain a ship. Go on.
So your pointy round ship.
So pointy round ship. So it is, I imagine, like a stealth frigate is how it's built. It's more meant for speed and quietness rather than combat. It's like its central body will be very round and sort of overall it's black in colour, though it does have a sort of iridescence to it, hence the bubble. So it does have that kind of sort of sheen to it, but sort of around this sort of central circle where most of the internal cabins and anything are. It's got a triangular-like structure that makes it the pointy half. So it's got like a really, really long nose, like ridiculously long point in order to help sort of with its stealth. And then it goes back and sort of sweeps out into 3 tail fins. And yeah, just a very, very sweepy, elegant look of this triangle around a circle.
Where would we see Sylph for the night?
I think she will take the bubble back down to the Absalom station, park it up. It's not a big ship compared to everyone else. It very much is like a maximum 2 to 3 people at absolute push, but that would not be a comfortable long term, so it's mostly just for one person to pootle around in.
And an occasional guest.
An occasional guest. It's a big enough bed.
Get in the ship, take your trousers off and lie down. Hungry.
Mummy.
I've got some time to kill.
Do you know, have you ever heard of Lolth?
That's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she'll come down, she'll spend some time again around the exchange, do a few more trades in the evenings just to, you know, keep up,
Carol's
make
out sick. Give me a blast spray. We're on it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
So we see her doing these final trades before going back to their vessel, and yeah. Anything else from anybody else before you take a long rest?
Not for me.
Right, 3 in the evening, done.
You make mac and cheese in there, TJ.
Jesus.
Good.
We're going to take a 10-minute break. Just to reset ourselves. Because
I think we need it.
we need a break. Right, we're going to take 10 minutes. We'll be back.
Right.
See you very soon, guys. We're back.
Okay, now.
Hello.
Elite.
It's been a moment to calm ourselves.
Yep.
How long will that last?
Sleep down, I think.
We'll see.
Cold.
We'll see. So we come back into part 2. Obviously,
Yep.
That can do.
we're all stuffing our faces. What you guys got? I've been too busy typing away.
Pizza.
Pizza.
What kind of pizza is it?
Cheese.
James, what's the pizza?
Cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza with extra cheese in the crust.
Cheese.
Wicked pizza.
Cheese.
Cheese square. Cheese, really?
Somebody's maybe just going to take it.
Oh, no, like melon.
Things to come.
No, I wouldn't kill a character.
What do you mean? You got 2 of mine?
No.
Third one, I get a t-shirt, right?
Eda had t-shirts lined up. Eda's gone now.
Yeah.
Never actually got them finalised. But, you know, they say 2 in the morning.
Read the tits.
It's not going to change. It's not going to change. So where do we go from here?
To our deaths on floor 84.
Yeah.
Are we long rested?
You can all mark a long rest.
Fuck yes.
Or need to repair bear.
Cover of my own old teammates fucking me. And not a good way.
Lovely little
Not in the way
resolve
Kaz
call now.
There we go. All freshened up.
I'm nearly in double digits for resolve. That's nice.
Double digits.
Almost.
I'm nearly
9.
there.
That is close, yes.
9.
Snap.
How much resolve does everybody have?
7.
7.
9.
I could have chosen a feat to give me an extra 1, but I decided
That's
not.
what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
I nearly did as
7's
well.
a fair amount already. I was like,
So remember when you
need to use it.
stabilise, you spend a quarter of your things, and it's rounded down. So when you get to 8, you're spending 2.
technically you still have the same amount of times you can
Yeah.
use that, because
Exactly.
a quarter is always a
But
quarter.
bear in mind, if you end up doing more things with, like, because as you level up and you hit level 7, 8, 9, you get ability to, like, spend a resolve to do this.
Yeah.
Then you're spending a resolve as well to run. So one turn you can be like, I spend a resolve to do an extra movement. Okay, now I'm going to spend a resolve to do this ability. And all of a sudden you're down to, like, one resolve point, and you're like, oh, I'm down. I can't stabilise. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I took the extra, because I was like, realistically, Envoy needs it to get the best use out of Gettins and things, so have a little bit more wank in the tank. I don't know what that was, and I greatly apologise. That just...
Can I have that in a bit? I enjoyed that.
Wank in the tank.
bit more wank in the tank. Good grief. Should be allowed out.
We should give it a bit more.
Yeah.
So as a new day approaches,
Yes.
one less wank in the tank.
Well, one more wank in the tank, I think, for TJ.
Yeah? Yeah?
One more closer to death.
Linda's got a headache today.
Linda never has a headache. She's game.
Oh, what are we doing?
We're going to floor 184.
Is there any-
Yay!
So are you guys going to just head straight there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, unless you say otherwise,
I think-
Sylph will probably just meet you in the square in front.
Yeah.
Am I uploading Geeky?
Yeah, I think so.
I've left Wildy with Galatron.
Yeah, and Dave. Yeah.
Okay.
Or they're in the cage together.
Yeah.
Cage match.
Not
Yeah.
going to go wrong at all.
I paid for it, so...
That doesn't mean shit.
Oh my god.
Dave's going to make a data transfer file.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, you pay for Timo items, but what do you get?
Anyway,
Credit card fraud.
when we go to Dynatech,
Yes.
I think it's approached with caution.
Mm-hmm. That's a given.
We don't know quite what Rena's looking for. Remember the last time we tried to make a break for it, and you got slow for no reason, and nearly got bisected by a door?
I think it's for no reason.
No, quite slow, Cass, for
Kaz
no
always
reason.
goes fast.
I fucking missed.
He never slow.
Has the 60-second man.
He never slow.
He never slow. Fuck me.
That's the next emotion.
Fast on.
There's always something in there.
Regardless, Kaz, whatever the reason,
Yeah.
you did slow up a little bit.
I can't remember why. I can't remember why.
No, nor can I. But you did. So just remember, guys, if we try to make a run for it, the doors close.
I'll try my best.
And everything's electrified. And then we've got big spiders with guns. So watch out.
Yeah.
But a slow reaction time on getting those down. So,
Yeah.
as long as Kaz fast.
Get on, man!
The horse is bolted.
Fuck me. You said it with such pride as well. Can't always
I don't know where it came from, if I'm honest with you. It just... I didn't think before I said it.
It was beautiful. So yeah, doors, floors.
Yeah.
Sounds like Encanto.
It's behind you. What else should we be aware of? Bruce, you probably know a bit more about the security measures than we do.
Sure. What would Roos know?
Yep, so Checkpoint Alpha, which is where you were stationed, which is essentially the main door into that floor, which comes off this main stairwell and lift. So essentially the lift would come up, then you've also got essentially the building central staircase right there, and then the door and Checkpoint Alpha. And it's made like that to bottleneck employees through it, so that people have to be checked going in and out. You know that there is a service elevator within it. You know that there is also a service stairwell that's just called Checkpoint Omega. All of those should be completely sealed off. There is also a personal elevator within one of the labs. You know this because that's your job to know where the security entrance points are. But Checkpoint Alpha is your post. Checkpoint Alpha has... so this is where personnel are checked in and out of any floor. Any employee that works here is logged in or out. you are, or were, at least on the roster, as well as your officer in charge. The checkpoint itself has a security cameras, scanners for biomatter of people, magic sensors that would detect things like magic items, a data terminal, which would be something that you would have operated at the time to log all of those things and view via all the scanner detections what's going in or coming out. And you know that then leads into the decontamination airlock for that particular floor. That's where, essentially, this door was. Low tech goes in, low tech then goes through the next door, past the decontamination, and that's, those are the 2 doors that your nightmares are through.
Okay. I'll relay that.
In terms of it being all shut down, you're not sure if that's just inside the rooms inside there, or if it's, the checkpoint itself as well. You know that there is an auto turret, is one of the defenses within checkpoint Alpha.
I will emphasize the auto turret.
Well, fun.
Well, look, Rena had words. Rena promised us safe passage. As long as we let her know that we're coming.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Of course, it will always be on point to making sure we're safe, but just to say.
Sure. Should I send our ETA?
If we're all heading that way now.
We all good in the hood?
Do I need to do anything to get Geeky hooked up and talking through my custom rig?
So obviously it's just going to be a matter of hooking up your custom rig to the ship, which is very easy to do, and then realistically you can either have them coming through your VR headset or you can have them coming through the screens, but it's just a case of sending them in.
I would like it coming through my, I imagine he has glasses where you can see almost like a heads-up display in his side.
Yeah.
Because I want to use that as well as what I picked up this level up, which is opposition research. When I can identify a creature, I can know its weaknesses.
Okay. G33, it's I'm still very happy to send my consciousness to one of the servitors there and see if I can begin mapping the ground for you, but obviously you will need to see what I see, so you might want to wait until I'm done before heading on over.
Sure. Do you want to get a wiggle on that then?
Okay. You begin to help with the preparations as they collect their consciousness, and they send a ping, and they let you know that it's a very small, faint signal that they've latched onto. One that somehow seems to be like the echo of a transmission or a receiver or something, the one that G33 recognizes as maybe the servitor mainframe within that floor. And they send their consciousness off, and for a moment the ship goes very quiet as your AI is ejected from the ship, and there's a moment where you're like, why has nothing happened yet? 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. It gets to about a minute, and it's a long minute where you're just like, oh, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, the screens start to blink up, and you start to receive a message from Dynatech Towers. You see, and it's quite a grainy picture, like whatever lens, whatever camera, whatever optical sensor is being used is not very good. So it's very dark and hard to make out shapes around you. And you hear, you know from how they how the voice goes up and down, but it is a different voice that comes through. This is very strange. This body is dry and coarse. And you see, like, hands in front, as they are Yosoki hands. These 3-fingered and thumbed rodent hands. You see mechanical parts to them, and they're wearing these, like, overalls that are just grimy and, yeah, not very well looked after. They begin to look around, and it's just very dark in here. I need to work out where I am, but I will begin moving. And you see they start to, like, step forward, and a little shaky on their feet to begin with. They're going to do some checks. So. So 9 on the dice.
Hey Ian, can we put some ominous music on?
You actually, we actually can. Well, remember, I actually had it here.
Some ambiance.
Yeah, this is
Spooky
getting like,
that.
spooky, isn't it?
You are quite right. I had lab set up ready to go. Thank you, Alex.
Right.
Crit stick.
No, hand one back from somebody for even suggesting.
No.
Nah, use them all up, mate.
Nice. Nice.
I can use some dinner.
To be a fast as fuck, boy.
Jack fast.
You see.
God, I'm such an idiot.
Fine.
You're our idiot.
We
am.
literally make fools of ourselves on the internet.
True.
Twice a week sometimes.
Yeah.
You're absolutely fine. You begin to see tables with limbs, mechanical parts, around a wide, vast room, and there are many tables. But you can see that a lot of these parts have been, like, thrown to the floor, and as this unsturdy body begins to, like, step forwards, you can see that some of them aren't mechanical. Some of them are biological. Older and withered, but still the leg, the arm of some being. Then you also see augmentation, cybernetics in this room. You see parts, you see batteries, you see power cells, joints, a mixture of things that have just been strewn between these workbenches, between these tables, all over the floor. It's a wreck in here. It's hard to see past about 25 feet in the darkness, and with this limited ocular sensor. Every now and again, G33 picks up maybe like a forearm of some kind of augmentation. But you see it's got like a slot in it where a weapon would go, but there's no weapon. I think this is some kind of cybernetics lab. And then they pick up a tail, a Yosoki tail, and it's real, but it's just old. Not just cybernetics. And they begin to move through what is essentially a abandoned laboratory for cybernetics. You see consoles are turned off all around the room. There are cracked screens, but nothing showing on them. No lights, no glitches, no sparks. You start to see there's like rime and frost on everything. There is... You can just make them out if you head to the center of the room. To the south, and on the east and west corners, two open entryways that go past a large wall. Again, this wall is just covered in cracked screens and other devices, but there are clearly two ways out of this room. Which way would you like me to go?
So there's east and west.
But they both head in the same direction. So they're both in the east and west corners, but they're heading south.
Oh, yeah, down. Okay.
Where'd we going?
Less than 10 west. West.
They move across to the west wall. And again, they have to like step over larger torsos and bits and bobs. It's not like tons of decaying bodies. Like some of this is, you know, mechanical or obviously part of R&D. 184 is in the R&D department. You can see every now and again the glisten of maybe one of these ocular lenses captures on an eyeball or somebody who is long dead. Their eyes open and you just see this curled smile across their face.
Is this, we're watching this in real time?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce is just going to be like noticeably uncomfortable, but still fixed on what he sees.
As they move down into the next room, the screen sort of flickers with a bluey green flash. Yeah. That was strange. Felt like I was passing through something. You're gonna make a perception check in this room. It's a natural 1 on the dice.
Oh, kind of makes sense.
In this sort of 25-foot reach of vision, it's hard to see, and they just begin to like move forwards, and they start to follow the wall down, and they're looking more at like the ground and the wall as they put their hand across it. You're not really getting much of a view of this room, but there's less debris on the floor. There's less detritus, I guess is the word, as they begin to move further down. And this wall's still the same one that they were going across in the first room. There is a moment where, as their like hand is on the wall, you see a small vent of some kind. That the casing has been pulled away. It's maybe 3 foot wide, 2.5 foot tall, like an air vent, and you can see that it's been completely pulled away. They like poke their head into it, and again, like the screen flashes. Yeah.
Does it seem like it only gets worse the nearer to the vent?
No, but when they look into the vent,
Like poking their head into it?
yeah. I don't know what this is.
Does it seem like electrical interference or?
You can give me a Arcana check. Oh,
A mysticism check.
Can I do the same?
Yes. You could give me a computers or an engineering check if you want, but it's a lot higher.
29.
I'm pretty good at it.
Would you like some help with it?
Sure.
I'll help with it.
Oh, thank you very much. That was very good.
29 misses.
Okay.
35.
Okay. With a 35, it's definitively not something technological based. Something else happens here, and Roos,
That's what catches me.
as it happens, there's this like flashing of like, as you've that colour, that greenish blue, that flash of like a memory. G33 is remembering something. Something that happened while it's here, but it's like remembering it, but then instantly forgetting it. And it's like something is taking it away from you. And every time you think about Septilon 37. Every time you think about that mission, every time, like, those time gaps between it, it's the same thing. That's, and then all of a sudden you're in the next bit, and you don't know what happened between there and here.
Iki said he found his way into the trash chute, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was his
Is that how
escape?
he escaped? Yeah. Yeah. Gotta be.
Yeah. It's just Soki sized.
True that.
I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
And they move further down into the room. They eventually hit a corner, and they've travelled for a good couple of 100 feet from entry point, getting to this wall, and down. It's huge, this place. But then you think back to what the floors that you saw when you went to go see Timothy and Joanne, and you think about the other labs that were in that one floor and how some of them are like 100 foot tall.
Yeah.
You know, these floors are designed to be vast. Eventually, they hit that wall and they begin to follow it around to the other side until they happen across a door. And at the foot of the door is a pile of viscera. There are hands that look like they've split in the middle of two fingers trying to rip their way through metal. The fingernails are peeled back, but then you also see like the head is just gone. It's just pulp, and there is like a scientist's jacket, but it's mostly red now. But it's dried and starts to turn brown, and you can see that G33 like looks and then looks at the door. You can see there are weld marks, but it's welded from the outside. And there is like where the window is a sheet of metal that's been welded onto it from the outside as well, and the glass on the inside is shattered.
Is this, do I know this to be the robe as the robe of Sephiron? Or is this just a generic robe?
Just another generic one. And you think to that vision you had when you asked where DT-14 were, and Sephiron was one of those people. Sephiron was sat in a chair somewhere with a bullet in their head. The last time you saw them was on this floor, attacking your previous ward. This is, I think, the entrance to the service stairwell 3. This is checkpoint Omega. This is the door that I wanted to come in through. But apparently it's sealed. At least you were able to stop that plan. It's a moment. They're going to take, because it's taken a while, they're going to make another perception check as they turn around and look behind them and into the room. Okay. They step forward and away from this body, and you see there are track marks of other, it's like footprints of viscera and blood that don't just go off in one direction. It's like they stop and they turn and then they go another way and they stop and they turn. To anybody who's got survival as one of their trained skills, you don't need to make a roll, but you can see that this is not someone with a direct course. They have literally walked off for a few meters, turned, and then gone. And it seems to be like flights of fancy movement. G33 moves further towards the center of the room, and you start to see that there are, let's have a look. There are walls covered with schematics of different chassis, and they look like body parts, but they're all blueprints for augmentations and cybernetics. Then a bit further in, you see this large server that lies dormant, this computer server. And you can see that it has been ripped apart by something. Give me a... No, you tell me. You tell me what skill you want to use to determine how these computer servers have been ripped apart. Do you want to go with life science to work out if it's like a natural creature? Do you want to go with engineering to see if it's bullets and bombs? Do you want to... You tell me what skill you want to use here.
Life science?
This is like individual.
Yeah. You're all seeing the screens.
So, if you want to use life science, by all means, but...
Can we... If I use computers, I could probably try and work out what sort of server.
Or use engineering.
Anybody else?
See if it's magic.
I was under the impression I wasn't here.
No, we can say they collected you, it's fine.
Of course we can collect
We're all
you.
Of course we will.
Are we all like mad?
That's what I didn't do with the
They're not
mysticism. I didn't think I was here.
No, you're absolutely here.
I don't know if I've got anything useful that I can use.
Nat 20.
Oh.
And that's computers, yeah?
36 in total.
18 engineering.
That's 16 for life science.
That's not very much TJ can do. Just sit and go, Karaoke!
I'll put the coffee on.
As I'll give moral support.
Anything from Sylph?
Trying to think either engineering or mysticism.
Lady Sylph, how about mysticism? I can try and help you with that.
We're unfortunately very
I
dumb. when
can't.
it
No,
comes
I
to
can help you with
mysticism.
that. I've just about made it. Seems like maybe some magic shit.
Yeah, I might. Go on, I'll do mysticism and see if there is anything magical
Mysticism.
remnants.
+2 to it.
It's a wobbler.
So 19.
Okay.
Why'd you say it like that was bad?
Because I rolled a 4.
Yeah, but you got a 19.
Starfinder, mate.
Paizo.
So let's start with the nat 20. Every internal wire has been ripped clear of this server. And you can see that like somebody has gone in, ripped apart the casings and just stripped components out. And although it's rough, it's not the worst job in the world. What's the total on that?
My total, 36.
So this is a very high-tiered computer. You can't quite tell necessarily what its function was, but the fact that something has targeted it and ripped apart all its internal components, and it's not like half of them are left behind. They are all gone. Make of that what you will. What was yours?
18 engineering.
You went mysticism, didn't you, Sylph? 19 on life science?
16.
16. Something strong must have ripped that open. Definitely doesn't look like... And that's the thing, is it doesn't look like a crowbar has gone in or a weapon. Something has literally... And you can see part of it has pierced it and then pulled it back. Quite big pierce holes. This is an Eoxian design. And you get that because as G33 moves around to the outside, what you see on the other side of it, hardwired into the server, are what look like corpses. This is an Eoxian design that they use on a lot of their fleet ships, where they use zombie terminals. And they have these undead, which essentially can never die, but they still have access to their brain. So they have them hardwired into the ship's computers, and they act as data processors. There are a couple of these Yosoki servitors that you see there, like these half metallic faces where they've been changed with these really bad cybernetic augmentations, as well as taking away anything that they really need and just leaving behind the essentials for a brain and there must be a ritual that's obviously then kept them alive. You know that with Eox there is rituals that then the Bone Sages would cast to, like, take people who want to become undead, because they're like, well, I want to live forever. So I'm going to go serve Eox for my mortal life, and then I'll become an undead, and they'll probably start as a ghoul or a zombie and then work their way up the chain. This is a bastardized version of that. Somebody's used necromantic powers to then reanimate these corpses and then turned them into the data nodes for this potential supercomputer. I don't remember this, but I'm glad I'm not one of them. You can see that there is a very faint source of light coming from the east side of the room. And it's like ever so faint. Just enough to like change the hue on your screens. So that you can see that like one side is almost pitch black and the other side has this saturation to it.
What kind of colour saturation?
Kind of blue.
Okay.
Blue-white. You imagine it to be like probably some kind of like... You begin with thinking it was like screen glow from one of the others, but then you like move one of the other screens and you're like, oh, that's in there. That's like, yeah.
Do we approach that light? Or do we look elsewhere?
I think maybe check the light out.
Okay.
All along the wall.
Along the wall. We go along the wall, but let's check out that light.
Okay. So you move back to the south wall. And as you get a bit closer, you can see that on the east wall there is about a 15-foot open entranceway. And the light appears to be coming from through there. You get Geeky to stop heading over. They're going to make a stealth check. 17 on the dice.
Deuce.
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 On the dice.
Deuce and the dice.
Decent dice.
And yeah, as they get to this entranceway, you can see it's like an open doorway. It is been left open. You can see there's a trail of... There was once Ica there and Viscera, but it's like something else has been dragged through it, and it's sort of created this scratchy patchwork of both scratches in the floor, but also old, dried blood. They peer their head out from around the corner, and there is a 10-foot wide corridor, but about 3 foot up the other wall, it just becomes glass. And there is another room, a large room, that is being lit in some way from below. You can't quite see down into it or anything like that, but it obviously drops down.
Is the whole room glass, or
is it more like a surgery? You know, you can go in the room, you look down on, so almost onto like the surgery.
right?
From the doorway, obviously there's like 10-foot corridor. They can't quite see there, and they're still quite
He said
short.
it turns into glass at some point.
So it literally is like, so the corridor is, you know, this metal
10 foot.
clear, and then there's like a small 3 foot amount of metal bulkhead wall, and then it's glass going up. So it's almost like you could view through it, but from where G33 is, you can't quite...
Kiki,
Yes,
you said you'd made maps of these buildings.
that's what I'm trying to do now.
Do you know what is directly above or below this room?
We are on the R&D floors. Above and below is... I had this open earlier. Where are you?
Where are you?
As if on cue.
Bring it up again. I'm too sorry. Companies.
March.
No. Right. R&D is floors 181 to 211, and this is just the third floor in research and development, but we know that this floor has been cut off electronically and remotely from the rest of the building. Part of the shutdown procedure was to completely disconnect it from the rest of the building as the supposed AI in here tried to gain control of the building.
But you've no idea what's directly, not just floors, like this position in the floor.
No, I wouldn't know what's inside those R&D department floors.
Would Roos have an idea?
No. Again, you were situated outside of them, so...
Approach with caution.
So they step foot and like down the corridor as like you begin to look, you can see a bit further now because of the light that's glowing into this corridor. And they step foot out into it and yeah. Okay. Everybody give me a perception check, please.
Ooh, what the fuck is it?
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
10 on G33's dice.
I got
10.
6.
With another nat 20. 30.
sweet.
30.
26.
10.
14.
32.
What was yours, sorry, TJ?
26.
26. Okay. They look south, and it's a longer corridor, and you can see that there are, again, bits of potential people around, and they look north, and in the corner, hunched over, just rocking backwards, facing the corner, and like their head is just like gently tapping against it. You see some kind of humanoid figure.
Oh no.
Alright.
Shoot to kill.
They are currently about 50 foot away in that very top corner. And then from this position, G33 approaches the lip of this wall and like looks over and into this room.
Trying to make sure that this corridor like it splits into two,
Yeah.
and then right in front of them is where the bulkhead is.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can also, so the first thing that you see as you go like that is that there is a glass square that goes around this entire room. Like this room can be viewed from all sides. You see that because of the way it's lit, you can see all the way across it, and it's like there where like the cameras finally kind of do their job. The chamber itself drops down, and the light you're seeing is coming from like pools of water underneath a large platform in the middle and a walkway that goes all around the edge of this about 120-foot room square. There is definitely power in here, because what you see in the center is a... Let me grab a description. A 20-foot tall female humanoid, both graceful and terrifying. Their body is formed from smooth, white ceramic-like panels, shaped with an unsettling precision. The joints are seamless, and her curves designed to mimic an idolized, statuesque form. Elegant, imposing, and utterly inhuman. The frost, you can see, is like creeping up the glass, and it's like it breathes, and then it rescinds. I'm going to hand you this floor plan.
So is it in here?
Yeah.
And this is the whole floor 184? Or is this just part of it?
So you can zoom in on that. Enhance. Pizza. Okay. I'll not point with a kniff. I'll point with
Leisure.
Geeky's sort of making this map for you as you go. You think you started in here and have come down this wall. This is roughly where you think the door is, that there was that body in front of. And they currently stand here. The figure is there. And in the center of here is where you see that inhuman, mechanical being. Both Roos and Geeky, when seeing it, your minds, I get it's like you're trying to remember something and you get it and then it's gone again. You can see there is all of this in the internal wall here. You can see through his glass. There is a big sealed door here. And there is a sealed door here. This door is open. That door leads into, you see the steps going down into this room. You two can make me computers checks.
Alrighty then.
Because you see the walls are like a patchwork of like dull metal with flickering holographic interfaces and grimy glass panels smeared with residue of some kind. Cables snake like arteries across the floor leading to dark corners and broken machinery. But you definitely see that like those cables were probably taken from that server to here. And something has made something out of something else. What did you roll for computers?
27.
24.
The room is a base of liquid, and you get the sense that that is a cooling feature of some kind of supercomputer.
Yep. Alright then. Cool.
Can we see any cables into the humanoid in the pool?
Give me a perception check.
19.
From the back of her neck, thick conduit cables anchor her into a semicircular ring of medical devices that are about their waist high. Arranged like a crescent altar, stainless steel and polycarbonate pans, each cradling a preserved humanoid brain. They pulse softly with pale green fluid. The brains, possibly once scientists, engineers, or perhaps just unfortunate test subjects, are now part of her neural architecture. Linked through a network of glowing rune-etched cables, their synaptic activity feeds directly into her consciousness. Chorus of fragmented thoughts and memories used to enhance her own processing power.
Does this look the same as the Oxian technology next door in the wall?
No. This is something new.
Can I ask Geeky directly? Just go, Geeky, what is this?
I don't know. I thought there was a weapon here.
I think
Oh
that is
shit,
the
no, we
weapon.
never told him, did we? When we saw it in the Desna dream.
I think that's the weapon for sure.
We did ask if it was malevolent, and there was a resounding yes, wasn't it, on the magic 8 ball of Desna?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Has it got the orb in it?
Oh, yeah, any sign of any orb activity?
Give me a perception check.
Can we all do that?
I'll do
Yeah.
I'll do the same because I'm holding an orb as well.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
That's a cocker.
That's cocked like a balance of dice on it.
okay, shit.
better.
If you hit that number. If you hit it.
No, it was
28.
13.
28 from TJ.
9.
9 from Arus.
You'll get there.
Only badly.
That is cocked.
It was cocked.
He cocked a 20
yeah.
and then rolled a 1.
For a total of?
11.
30.
15.
Orb-wise, I don't think Sylph would know. You don't see an orb.
But the orbs, do they react at all, like, to seeing this figure?
Pop right out.
Fear.
Oh!
From Roy? What
From
about,
Roy!
from Roy?
Roy the Fearless!
What about Avel?
There's never been any reaction from them. They've
Oh,
always
yeah, it's always been a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roy.
It's got to be different.
There is
just eats
The
things.
first thing you sense is a pull. Like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, there it
I
is.
need to be there. And then it instantly is like,
Don't like that, do you,
Caution.
big boy?
fear. Yeah.
Oh.
Geeky, if you were to get closer,
Yeah.
but make yourself known, you're able to get out of there straight away. As in sever your
Connection.
connection. We don't want this thing taken over, Geeky.
No.
Without a transponder, I cannot send myself back.
How long will it take to send your consciousness back here?
If I can find a transponder, I should be able to be out within seconds.
Probably pull back for now.
Mm-hmm.
Where to?
Far away as you can.
Where are you hoping to come in through?
The front door.
Well, it was going to be Omega, right, with the staircase.
Yeah.
But that's been welded. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure we can make our way through. Sure, we're making some noise.
C4.
Although
It will
I've
be
got
a
my
lot of
I've got my noise
noise.
dampener.
You do.
Is it worth seeing if we can find some form of welder?
Oh, we can easily find something like that.
Almost like if someone had sent us their inventory when they died, we'd have one.
I've still got it.
We can.
You did say you collected Edith and Quip.
Yeah.
You did.
That kind of thing is really accessible.
Yeah.
So you know.
I don't know. I don't think this universe has welders. I know I said I used one.
But actually,
We're on a fucking star station.
I mean, I don't know if the vortex rifle would do anything. It does literally in its description say vortex rifles can be used to generate enough force to break down doors and walls.
Yeah.
Doors,
Yeah, absolutely
doors,
can.
doors and doors.
Well,
I'm being
yeah.
dyslexic as fuck and reading down as doors
Oh yeah,
twice.
yeah, I got fair enough.
Doors and walls.
Doors and walls.
Doors and walls.
Do I pull back or do I?
I think
Is it still doing its crazy stuff?
It's just sitting there, isn't it? It's
Yeah. It's,
just ebbing.
it's Evan.
Just ebb and flow in there.
I think pull
back,
Geeky back.
Yeah.
Geeky, if you can find yourself a transponder, get back.
Are we recording this as well? Well,
Yeah, obviously.
I press record.
The key can always leave it on.
Here, we'll call that again.
pull back, Geeky. Find a transponder.
do you not want me to check the other rooms?
You can do.
To get to the other rooms, does Gigi have to go past that rocking figure?
No, you think
They can go the long way.
this way
Go
round?
the long way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is the robot lady gonna see him if he walks around here?
He's little.
How stealthy do you feel?
On all fours.
There's still half a floor here that we don't know of.
Sure.
As much as I don't want to risk Gigi's life, it would be so useful to have some more information.
If he gets captured, then she'll be able to take all the information from Geeky in the same way she is doing with these other
And
brains.
she'll know us. And
Should be
she'll know we're coming.
Should be able to trace back to my rig and know,
She will know all of us intimately.
and not just that.
Who said that?
if they've cut her off from power and the rest of the station, if she can get to my rig, she can get to the infosphere.
Yeah, no,
Right.
fuck that.
Pull back, Kiki.
I know it's a bit of unknown, Kaz, but I mean, this is more than we knew.
We've
It's
not
too
learned much
high.
apart from the Eoxian stuff. That's it.
But that's a good thing to know. We've learnt that she is somewhat contained here. We've learnt that
Yeah.
Omega is welded shut. We didn't know that before. We know that we're probably going to have to put our environmental protections up going in.
This Rena, did she offer any other alternatives to this Omega entrance?
Not yet, but she may give us an alternative.
Things
when
may
we
be
meet
different
her.
now. How's about a little further in?
Okay.
Is that small little nubbin at the bottom? Is that the decontamination bit?
You've got Roos with you, so I'll tell you yes. Because you wouldn't really know about it until you got to it.
Yeah.
But Roos would be able to tell you that that is the decontamination chamber for checkpoint alpha. Beyond that is actually checkpoint alpha, but it's not on.
Yeah. Could he see himself in that decontamination chamber?
I'm trying to think what Omega looks like.
Can Kiki see the entrance to that decontamination chamber from where he is right now? Because it's like across the room, right?
Yeah.
Is it like closed?
Yes.
Right, yeah. But does it look like it's been attempted to break out of?
Why don't you give me a perception check?
Yeah, sure.
Come on, a better one, please.
31.
21.
26.
18.
16.
Because it's a lot lighter in this area, you can see through these optical sensors to the fact that there is clearly a door there. But that door is coated in,
Blood.
old, different, dried viscera. There are other things there too, but you can't quite make them out from this distance. If you want me to have a look, I can go try and get a little bit closer.
I want to, but
I think staying away from that.
a vote, perhaps.
Bruce, that was the last door you saw though, tap out.
I vote a bit more searching.
Bit more searching, but out of the eyes of this
I
thing.
mean, we'd have to go around that room. Is it like the black square? Is that like a completely walled off area? Like, as in, is this bit the only bit that can see out of this room?
No.
So this is
All of this black
the-
square
yeah,
here
it's glass.
is about 3 foot high metal and then glass for
Sure.
about 10
Yeah.
foot.
Okay, I'm picturing it now. Yep.
Is that bit at the end, though, an open entrance, or is it
That is an
closed?
open entrance, and you can see
Okay.
like cables and stuff coming out into the corridor.
So maybe send Geeky around that, because if he can keep her
Stay
on the
low.
metal bit, stay low.
Because he's in a soaking body, isn't he? They're
Yeah.
normally quite.
Yeah,
Small anyway, yeah.
yeah, at
So-
our height.
Yeah.
Stealthy, it seems.
If you guys want him to pull out, pull him out.
You never
I'm
pull
just-
out, Kaz. It's just not safe enough.
Doesn't know he's going too
I've
quick.
got nothing to say to that.
I think if Geeky wants to go around, keep down, and keep going a little further, fine. But at the first sign of trouble, fucking bail.
Sounds like I'm rolling with stealth.
Do it.
Who has crit sticks?
I mean, we could
10 on the dice.
find a
So average.
So, G33 in this new body begins to like, and you can tell like one leg is bigger than it should be, and they're like lopsided as they're like they're trying to like stay low, and they're like limping forwards as they try and move stealthily towards that corner. Every now and again, they like peer up and over just to check. We get 10 foot, 20 foot, 30 foot. When they get to the corner, they begin to look around, and there are bodies piled. Some of them are missing limbs, other ones are just beaten to death, others are pocked with bullet holes. There was an absolute bloodbath in this particular area of the corridor.
Can we see where the majority of the bullets may have come from?
Do.
A gun. Many guns.
Or ask Geeky to look around and just
Yeah, I think they'll do a perception check.
Check for gun.
check for location of turret, because you mentioned about a
Yeah.
turret, so we know there is one, but if we know where it is.
So the defense turret would be on checkpoint Alpha, which is just outside of the door.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't mean there's none in here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And G33 begins to look around, and you can see there are actually access panels in the ceiling, and you can see in the corners there is probably an automated defense turret that could come out and fire. And yeah, you get the sense that that's probably what happened down here.
Anyone mind me marking the map?
Go for it.
Did you say there was access panels?
Yeah, in the roof. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know if they've got power or anything like that. Roost, can you make me a perception check, please, Paul?
Yes. That.
So my thinking was if we can get access to the access panels,
dirty 20.
we might be able to.
Filthy.
If there's power. Get into the system.
Broken and twisted in a way that is only done through force. Against that main door, there is a body slumped, arched in like a moon-like shape, where their feet have slid down, but the rest of the body has been broken and up against the door. They wear defense team garb, a weapon fallen down by their side, and the remnants of maybe something that looks like bright hair, long withered. That's where Lotep's body is.
And I guess there'll be a visible tear from Roos's eye.
And again, that hits you. Is you think back, you remember these moments of Deckard, you'll stand there. She'll do her duty. And her going through and her telling you, and you see this of this flash of green, and she's like, be okay, Roos, I'll remember my training. You taught me well. And then bringing up the weapon and moving through in that tactical sweep. You watch as it flicks forwards to the door being closed, and then that memory again of that imposing brutalist commander that was Deckard prior. And then they're gone and you're bleeding. I think the next thing you see is you're making your way down a stairwell, and it's you can barely hold yourself up. It's you have blood pouring from your feathers. And you hold yourself for a second, and then you just carry on. And it's just this haze of memories that you just can't quite get at. The screens flicker for a second. And you all hear, my little vessel, welcome home. As you start hearing the body of G33 start to scream.
I will.
Shit.
And the screens go down.
I was going to say before that, as soon as he starts screaming, I just cut the connection.
They get there before you.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hear this voice very calmly, and then the screen's flash green, and Bruce is still holding his head, and the screens go blank.
Fucking vessel.
Well, there's the surprise gone.
So
I don't think it would have been. No. No.
Are you okay?
this is floor 184. Told you it was fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Do you need to sit down?
Yeah, and yeah, he will put his hand on your shoulder and like sit himself down.
Help you down.
Bacteria.
Find an anodyne. Glass of water.
So Geeky's whole reason, d'etre, was to try and get back into floor 184 in order to release said AI or stop said AI. How orchestrated was his escape? Do we think now?
You think it was a setup? Let him escape.
Go out, my little vessel, gather, get information, bring it back.
Escape pod. Escape of consciousness.
A way of linking to the outside.
Exactly. Vessel is a very interesting choice of word.
So we were compromised before we even knew it.
He knew a lot more about us. Well, knows more about us now.
Knows a lot about us.
And what's been going on.
It knows
Everything.
About the orb.
about the orbs. It knows about any research we've been doing into Dynatech. It knows everything that we've sent back to this ship. It will now know.
What are our options?
Fucking set it on fire.
Blow it up to shit.
Yeah.
I like that.
That cooling liquid. Maybe we can make it into some heating liquid. Overheat the fucker.
The labs do tend to like to have electrified floors.
Something tells me there's probably some surge protection there.
You fucking nerd.
Actually, it performs to the standards.
Right, you actually check the light on your extension cable if it's not on.
As it turned around,
That's actually really
How's that a
useful to know.
fucking
I didn't know
nerdy
that
thing?
before. It
It's
was
a very
really
common
useful.
thing.
No, I didn't know either till he told me. So when have you got surge protection on your extension cable?
Well, alright, you fucking nerd, but still.
And that's the sort of tech support you get from Dragonborn Industries.
It's obviously been ripped to shit in there. Who knows what's usable?
We need some serious firepower if we're going to go in.
I think,
The bodies in the walls are acting at least a little like a power source for it.
yeah,
So a way to at least maybe reduce some of its power.
Or in the bodies.
Something like that.
I think with
It won't do everything, but
with Rena's help, I think hopefully we can try and source whatever power source this thing is using, whatever information source, anything that we can get to stop it being what it is. Try and destroy before we go into full combat with this thing.
I think Irina can give us more information, because before, obviously, Dynatech were not being entirely forthcoming about what was happening on 4184. Irina might have a little bit more idea than she told us before.
Shall we show her this footage?
I don't think we have the footage anymore, do we? Has it been wiped? Or is it
Well, I was recording by...
I just swing my rig around. This is what this is for.
Yeah, and this. It's just a plain camera, and it does fine.
And your ship still has systems.
Like
It just
there.
No, I just wasn't sure if
Yeah, we had it.
everything that just
we've
happened
got
there, it just went
multiples.
wipe it.
no, just the visual sensors of.
In
patching
the
through.
interest of safety for the ship, I'm going to take out a floppy disk. There you go, Steve. Put Steve back in.
Wow. Okay.
Forgot that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Back up AI.
Hey!
Look at this relic.
Look at him not in the
boom, boom,
toaster.
boom, boom.
It's Windows 98 installed.
Hey, look, it's my Bebo profile.
Hello.
Oh, who are your top friends?
I am Steve, your personalized AI.
What's up, Steve? Hi.
Welcome back. If you know that you were God,
I appear to be back on Orion's. Oh no, they wouldn't know. They would be.
Zephyr's Horizon.
I appear to be back on the Zephyr Horizon. Although it appears that the transponder log has been changed.
Yeah, Orion's hope now, buddy.
It sure is.
God, he's Canadian.
Oh, I missed Steve.
Steve's Canadian.
They were like updating now.
Cool.
Yeah, they reintegrate really quickly because they were the AI, and they are designed to be an AI. So they integrate in really quickly.
Do we
don't touch it,
Starfinders?
Chris.
Maybe we can tell
I
John
think we
about
need
it.
to
Consult John.
act quick.
Yeah.
I don't think the Starfinders are really going to be able to help here,
Okay.
if I'm honest.
I'll send Linda the crib notes so that someone knows where we're going and what we're up to in case we need backup, because then someone knows. Let Ren know as well.
Ren would be good. I
Yeah.
don't know who that is.
But he sounds good.
Sounds like a top guy.
Sounds very competent.
Maybe we should get a wiggle on and go meet Rena. I think time's of the essence now.
Yes.
No
The longer
dillying.
we leave this, the more
dallying.
the AI is going to
Sure. Have time to
develop.
Yeah,
Shall I let Felina and Ragnar,
if you want to.
just so they know what we're doing,
Yeah,
and if they're interested in helping?
Yep.
Okay.
absolutely. You up?
Just send a message,
Eggplant emoji.
Too soon. No, you
Probably-
saved that for date 3.
both to Felina and Rag. I remember I said that we were up to some shit. We're going to floor 184 of the Diatech Industries Tower. This could be pretty intense. If you're interested in helping, please be there. It is very dangerous. Send off.
You said it to each of them, yeah?
Yeah, like a group chat.
As a group chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's the group chat called? Super secret spy.
Kaz's side bitches. I don't know.
Strixie business.
Strictly business.
Felina responds and it's like, if you think you need us, we'll be there.
Sweet.
And Rag's like, Danger's my middle name.
I'll send another message back saying, thanks, I appreciate that.
Just tell us where to be.
Will do. We're acting on it today, so be ready.
We always are.
Good.
Malad and fuck, I keep forgetting his name. Jean.
They're gonna meet us there. Then.
Let me answer that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to
All the Hastoki.
I will.
every single one of them.
Please bring them in.
Just to be Asmodeus's advocate again. If something goes really tits up, do we want to be feeding this thing more information than we would do if it was just us lot? Just to put that out there. Just saying. That's a lot more brains for the pot.
I think we... fuck's sake. We either full-arse this or nothing.
Yeah.
No half-ass.
The old
Fair
Ron
play.
Swanson approach.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I don't know what that is, but sure.
Creations, great show.
Never half-ass
remember
two
that
things when you get
documentary.
the whole ass one thing.
I like that saying. Okay.
I'm just
I'm with that.
just putting it out there
Yeah.
so that if we bring these people with us, we shouldn't really let them be fodder. We're not going to red mist them. We need to protect and treat them as part of the fold. Yeah?
Yeah.
We all on board with that?
I think right now, this being, whatever it is at its weakest.
Yeah.
We either go in
It
full
will
on
learn
now,
from here.
or if we half-ass it and we fuck up, it's going to be even stronger.
Yep. Yep.
So, how do we start?
Me, Alberina.
Yep. Off we go. Dina Tech.
Okay, and with that, you guys make your way towards the Eye, the central dome within Absalom Station. You see...
We let her know that we're coming.
Yeah.
Okay, LOL, I'll be right there.
Mum, Dad, be back late.
There's no
Don't care.
response.
Jesus.
It's just like real life.
Oh, you always bring it down a notch. God, I'm trying to escape. Oh,
I'll give you something to cry about.
That was genuinely it.
crying. I'll get you something to cry about.
It wasn't even a belt, it was like a massive wooden spoon.
Basta.
Not Jack Murray, he's faster. He's faster than pasta.
Faster than pasta.
You get the message back. I will be waiting for you. And You guys get to the Eye, this beautiful, tranquil place. You probably, at this point, have Wiley with you and Galadron. And this is where they're like, I will take them for their morning lessons and say goodbye to Daddy.
He's a good kid.
You hear, I'm going to take this thing apart.
Wiley comes in like a mecha suit made out of Galatron's body.
I mean, yeah.
And we see this child going off with this half Dalek, half Battlebot. This eye line. It's just like, yeah. And you see the tower, you see Dynatech Industries, this beautiful building that boasts otherworldly architecture and is such a clinical looking head office of this galactic-wide conglomerate known as Dynatech Industries. It seems quieter today out the front.
Mm-hmm.
You see security personnel, but not like guns trained on you or anything like that, but you see them like holding post. As you approach, they nod, and you can see inside the main atrium, this same atrium that most of you had your first fight as a team in. It's relatively empty, except leaning up against this semicircular desk, their tied back or pulled back hair that comes out into a frizz, these military style clothing. They're not wearing body armor or anything, but they are looking quite professional. Their red eyes, Rena Constantine, this dragon blood.
Not what I thought you were going to say.
Do you think it was going to be Soulfire?
I took the initiative to close down a lot of the workforce today. This is not a sanctioned mission from Dynatech Industries, nor is it a collaborative mission from Dynatech Industries. I have not been given the green light to do this, nor have I been tasked to do this. But our militia won't stand in your way, as we did say and did ask if you would be willing to do this. We will put up a perimeter around the stairwells and around that floor. What would you like to know?
As much as you can tell us.
And they move over towards this elevator at the back of the room, the same elevator that you guys have been in, the same elevator that you guys came back down in on the way, running from the tower. The place is clean and back to that perfect atrium. She taps her card on it and it opens. You get inside this very clean, sterilized clinical lift, and the doors close, and the lift starts going up. The project in question was I'm led to believe, by the heads of R&D, a amalgamation of the arcane and magitech to try and create something greater than both. A mission to a planet called Septilon 37. And she looks directly at you, Roos. Resulted in the demise of the majority of the initial expedition team that went there, and the defense teams. The information that this team brought back with them that managed to escape, the leftovers, the survivors, we wanted to look further into. And R&D, along with exploration, decided to this time go a bit more armed and a bit more ready for it. The entity in question was some kind of long-dead mage. It took a few days of trickery with magic and careful planning to eventually debilitate this creature. to capture them for study. They clearly predated the gap. Whether they had knowledge of that, we don't know, but they were strong with their arcane nature. We managed to bring the unconscious entity back to the tower. And Timothy and Joanne, head of R&D, who I believe you've recently met, got to work.
Papa.
The task in question was to try and mix this magical aptitude for knowledge and power with the technology of today. To try and create an AI that could potentially work out why the gap happened and what happened before the gap that led up to these moments, as well as trying to be an AI capable of determining more than just technology and computers, but also the essence of the weave of magic, the tapestries of life and death. It all seemed to be going well, apparently. A few months passed and tests were going well, and the essence of this creature, this being, seemed to integrate well with the technology created. Until we noticed a few irregularities. It was brought to my attention and to the attention of a few different department heads, as well as people of renowned within the infrastructure here. And we noticed that this new creation had been learning on its own. We expected it to as an AI, but it was now making changes that we didn't want it to. It was adapting, it was evolving on its own, and at a fast pace. And then it started pulling resources away from financial. And the company, the board, sent the shutdown order. We went to go shut down the entity, and that is when whatever happened in there happened, and the world around it began to change. People began to change. People became violent and angry. It was like it was reacting, and the will of this creature before was starting to come through. We saw security teams begin to attack security teams, and scientists who had never been aggressive before become hyper-aggressive. All in the same time, this new entity was trying to gain control of the systems throughout the building, including our main computer systems. I gave the order to disconnect this entire floor from the rest of the company. My idea was that it would, hopefully, not be able to reach any further than the power that it had left within it, and we would simply wait for it to run out of steam. Seems to have worked until now. We haven't seen any change in activity within the building or within the parameters of this floor being shut down until somebody tried to gain access to that floor a few months ago with a daring assault on the building. You handed me over a cred stick, or what appeared to be a cred stick, and it was cleverly disguised a door access code, one that would bring power back to the Omega checkpoint. Since then, we've welded the doors and made sure that that's not going to be a case, and that place will be staying shut until we allow access of anything else. Obviously, you have said that you wish to acquire this orb. I will happily let you take what you find in there, if you can deal with this entity.
I think the orb is secondary right now.
Oh, things have changed, have they?
It's up there with priorities.
Oh, yeah, but just, you know, the priority of this malevolent supercomputer is, you know, it's sort of a little bit, you know, more pressing than an orb.
Why not just wait for it then to...
I don't think it's going to.
Oh, really?
Wait for it to what?
Run out of power, run out of steam. We've disconnected everything. There's nothing inside that should be feeding it.
How long has it been disconnected for?
I think it was around 2 years. I can't remember what he decided in the end was your final sort of...
That's a long time to survive on no power from external.
Have you seen what it looks like recently?
I never saw the entity in its reimagined form. I only ever saw the original husk of a corpse that we brought back from Septimon.
Was it still made of flesh?
At the time it was.
What
But
about when it was experimented on, what did it look like then?
I don't know. You would have to ask Timothy and Joanne, but I don't think you want to be seeing that.
Yeah.
And she looks directly at TJ.
No.
I imagine they have made upgrades. If it was going to be changed to a entity that was integrated with technology, I imagine it will probably look...
I'll get a pastille of the kind of entity with its little paddling pool of brains. That's the latest.
So, and that happens as soon as, and it's like as the doors are opening into floor 184. The room that it opens up into is the top of a stairwell. This is, Bruce, you know where personnel again are checked in and out of the floor. Any employee that works here is logged in or out, as well as scanned, checked, items that come through. And a lot of items would have come through the service elevators and stuff like that within the floors. But again, to make sure nothing leaves or nothing goes in that shouldn't be, that was kind of your job there. Essentially like airplane security for this particular floor. It's a small 15 by 15 foot, I suppose. Actually, you can see the stairwell goes down, but then straight across from you is also this room that you would step into. There's this 15 by 15 foot checkpoint that Roosh, you know very well. There is a singular interface table on the right-hand side that shows what would get scanned and then go into decontamination, which is the next door at the other side of the room. The singular door where there would be a glass panel has metal welded over it, and it says decontamination on the door. Again, minus that metal that's been put over the actual glass. That's where you last looked through. And she looks at this. Well, certainly looks well constructed at least.
Immaculately so.
Power, it seems. You are a clever bunch, really, aren't you?
No.
How did you get this footage? And she just smiles. And she's like, 33.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to end today's episode.
Shit.
Yeah.
So, YouTube, thank you so much, and podcast for being here with us. We'll find out next week what is happening on floor 184, as it appears you are about to be let in to go have some fun with this entity.
Yay.
You'll find...
I just know Pez isn't going to make it.
That's right, I've got a next character lined up.
If you're on Twitch, stick around because we're going to start the Drift Debrief for this episode. If you're on YouTube, we're going to say goodbye to you now. If you want to check out the Drift Debrief sessions, that's hard to say, isn't it? The Drift Debrief sessions, then sign up to members or go across to Twitch and follow us on there and you can watch the full episodes live as they air. But until then, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube and to podcasts. Thank you so much. May those dice gods be ever in your favour. See you later.
See you around. Bye.